Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this episode 2 of the Optimising Power at Work online talks. For those who are joining us for the first time, my name is Paul Tighe. I'm a senior engineer with the Office of Public Works working on the Optimising Power at Work programme, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here today and indeed to chair today's session. We've designed these talks as a means of continuing our engagement with our energy team participants in these unprecedented times. And so we have 6 episodes in this particular series, which we hope you'll gain benefit from. And they're running for the next 3 weeks. They started on Tuesday last with the first. Today is episode 2, and we've every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 AM for the next couple of weeks thereafter. So we'll be visiting subjects such as getting to know your Optimising Power at Work information portal, having a little look at how good methods, how to run engagement programs with your staff complementary energy teams on campuses. We've a little look at a green energy solution, which is an on-site, on-location look at a PV photovoltaic installation. And we're going to have a little look at monitoring and measuring energy in the home and in the workplace, and also a high-level look at optimising heating controls both at home and on building management systems. I'm going to hand off to Anita Watts in a couple of moments really to introduce episode 2. Anita will be looking at the Optimising Power at Work internet portal and just showing you how to navigate that and access the resources there. Before I hand off though, there's a couple of housekeeping items I need to deal with. The first is to let you know that we are recording the webinar, so the session will be recorded, and on completion it'll be uploaded onto the Energy portal. We'll also send out a link to that on a feedback form, and we'd value any feedback you may have to give us with respect to the content and the way these episodes or this series is being delivered to you. And indeed, if you feel it worthwhile to have another series, and if so, if you think there's any content that you'd like to suggest that might be valuable. The next thing really is that there may be questions, we hope there are, during the session. There's a couple of ways to ask questions. So if you'd like to raise a question during the session, then please use your conversation bubble on your Microsoft Teams toolbar there. If you press that, it'll open up a dialog box on the right hand side towards the bottom, and you can text your question in and press enter, and I'll take those in turn at the end of the session. Alternatively, you could ask a question by waving your hand using the hand icon there on the toolbar following the presentation, and I'll take questions in turn in that way as well. Finally, I'd like to ask you or remind you to please mute your microphones during the presentation, and also to stop streaming your video. When the presentation is over, then feel free to re-engage the mic and your video stream. We hope you enjoy the session. I'm going to hand you off now to Anita Watts. Hopefully Anita is here, and she's going to have a look at the Optimising Power at Work information portal and how to navigate and access the resources there. So thank you very much. Anita.
Today, I have broken down today's presentation into 4 parts. So just to give you a rundown of what that is. The first is the public website. So that's the Optimising Power at Work campaign public face, and it provides an overview of the approach and the activities. The second part of the presentation is on what we call the Energy portal, and that is a members only area requiring login details to access the content and the resources. The third section I want to show you is our document repository, and that basically contains all of your building's documents associated with the campaign, such as monthly reports, weekly reports, etc. And the final section that I want to go into today, it will be what we call our 8 steps of the process, which could provide the resources for the staff engagement campaign. So just to give you a little bit of an overview then, and we'll go into the live website. But if you just see there on the right-hand side is the address of the main public face. So that's opw-energy.ie. So I'll just take you over now into the, hopefully. And hopefully you can all see that. So this is the public face of the Optimising Power at Work campaign. And there are really only a few features of the site that I want to show you before we move on to our energy portal. Its importance today really is in terms of accessing the other three elements that we'll be covering. But just to give you a quick flavour of it, this is the menu bar here. You click on this and you can see there are a few pages here. It's not a very big site, but if you click into, for example, our approach, then you can scroll down. So the Optimising Power at Work uses three key elements to support buildings and energy teams in reaching their energy reduction goals. So 1, 2, 3. The first being the technology, and that is basically your dedicated energy monitoring systems that record consumption data. So all of your fuel and electricity being recorded on a 15-minute basis in your buildings. The second stage is our specialist expertise. So that's your energy advisors that work with you and are there at every step of the process to offer insights on energy savings through no and low cost measures. And the third section then is our staff engagement. And again, we're here to provide the resources and help you to engage with the staff in your building so that you can further your energy saving opportunities. So that's a little bit of highlight that. So if you scroll back up to the top then, if you can go back to the home page through the menu, or you can just click on the logo at the top and that brings you back to the home page. So what I want to draw your attention to now really are the two icons up in the left hand side here. So the first one says M&T, and that's really shorthand for monitoring and targeting. So if you click in there, if there's another login process there to take you into our monitoring and targeting site, and that's where you can access on terms of how much gas and electricity you're using in your building, and that's uploaded to the server and you can access all of that. Now there's a whole other, much more about that now, but ask you to come back and to view that again at a later time. So the next site that our icon is the portal, and that's really shorthand for our energy portal. So if you click on that, it should take you to the login page. So you have your username and your password. So quite often get asked if you're not quite sure whether you're actually set up to use the portal, then you can do a wee quick test by clicking on lost your password. And then if you type in your email address, gobbledygook there, get a new password, it'll say, yep, absolutely, you go through the process of getting a new password, or if you're not logged in and you're not set up as a user, then it'll tell you you're not registered there. Okay, but if you're not registered, please let us know, let your energy advisor know, and we'll get you set up on the system, no problem. So once you've logged in then, I'm logging in as admin. Oh, remember to click on remember me, and it should take you through every time, then you won't have to keep putting in your login details. So then this is our energy portal. So it's energy portal because it's separate from the main public face. It tells you up here. So there's a couple of different ways of navigating around this. We have our menu bar again, which changes as a separate menu for the energy portal, and it has all the steps 1 to 8 in there, which is the majority of the content. But we also have our number of what I call tiles on the homepage, and these are really just little adverts to highlight content within. If we click into one of these, you can see that there's a bit of content there about our recent bingo challenge that we had, and you can either navigate back to the homepage by clicking on the portal icon or following the breadcrumbs at the top of every page. So click back into it. Okay, so there's a few things on the homepage that I want to show you. We'll go into a few of these tiles. The first one is the Wall of Fame. So we click in here, And this area is really where we highlight the activities and achievements of the various energy teams around the country. So if you've had an awareness event, you can share what you did and how it went here. And this is a great way for us to actually, share what we're doing, share our good ideas, and to be part of the community of the Optimising Part work and to learn from each other. Back to the homepage. You can have a look in there and see what everybody's been up to. The What's New section kind of speaks for itself. And it's a handy way of checking in with the website to see what new resources are available since the last time you were in. So there's a few different things here. And it's set up throughout the website in this way. So you have a little bit of an area for content to tell you about what that page is about. Then you have a download section and you have a useful links section. The useful links are predominantly within the website. So the links on this section are showing a few new things: the Spot the Dot campaign, I Am or You role modeling campaign. You can go to any of these web pages, or you can even go to the last webinar setting the scene that we had. And then some of the downloads then, for example, office devices, potential energy savings, you can go that and that'll pop up. You can show you where you are. Okay, so I just need to go back up here now. And I can go back. Okay, so let's go back up to the home page then. So that's the What New section. The next section I want to show you is the posters, key energy messages section. So if we click in here, it tends to be a popular aspect of the website, and this is all about the poster campaign that we run. So every year we set up a different key message, as it were, for each month of the year, and then we have a poster relating to that. So you can download these here in English and Irish in this location. So all of this year's are listed here. But where you can also access then is a PDF of all of the posters, with links to all of the posters, and there are 35-40 different posters in there. So you may want to utilize some of those in a different way within your building to make it more appropriate and have maybe slightly different sort of key energy messages going out every month. We also have a 2020 wall planner, which allows you to see some of the key national and international environmental days, and they're really good for hanging other awareness campaigns that you're having in your building on there, linking your energy campaigns to those. We also have screen versions of all of the posters. So if you're a paperless site, you can utilize those. And there's a whole variety of other different things in there that you can explore at your leisure, including colouring in templates for children's competitions and stuff like that. Okay, so that is the posters. And the next section I want you to show is the document repository. So by clicking on your building documents, you come into this section here. And what you'll see within here are basically two folders. You won't see OPW admin because that's just because I'm an admin, but you'll see central government or public sector. So if you are a central government building, you click on that folder and then you search for your building based on its name. So there's an A to Z list here. And if you are, for example, the Garda Ombudsman, you click on G. And when you go in here, you will only see your folder for your building, the Garda Ombudsman. Okay. And what I will say is that we have, generally speaking, the energy officer in the building will have their username set up so that they can see this. So there's only one owner of the folder. So if I click into Garda Ombudsman's example, you can see here they have a document here which they can download, which is their displayed energy certificate. They also, if we click on audits, have a number of audits that have been done on their building. We can follow the breadcrumbs here back up to the main Garda Ombudsman folder and go into the energy team meeting. And we have all of our minutes of the meeting here. Back up again and into energy reports. And we have monthly and weekly reports here as well. So every month the Garda Ombudsman get a report sent out, and if they want to access any of the historical ones, then they can go in here and download it quite easily from this location. So that's if you're in central government. If we go back up to the main top level. If you're a public sector building, it's a little bit different. You go in here and then it's organised on terms of councils, education facilities, hospitals, prisons, and a few others that unless you have access to it, you won't see. So for example, if you go into the county councils, then if you're Louth County Council, you'll only see your folder there and you can click on that and access all of your details. So that's the document repository. So everything you need in terms of the reports that have been generated should be in there for you. Okay. So now we're back to the main homepage of the website, and I want to take you into the final section of my presentation, which are the steps 1 to 8, and this is the main chunk of the website. And there's a few different ways that you can navigate through this. The first one would be, again, to click on the menu, and you can click on any of the 8 steps. But I also want to show you our expandable list at the bottom of the page here as well. So again, this acts like a bit of a sitemap. So you can click on these and they open up and they show you the content within those sections. Okay, so the idea of this is that you work with your energy advisor to pick the most relevant topics and activities for your organisation and your building. Some of you will be well down the road and you're focusing on step 7 or step 8, but others might just be starting out and you're kind of starting at the top then. So I'm not going to go into the purpose of each of these steps or how to go about developing and implementing a staff energy awareness campaign, because that topic is for our next session, which is on Tuesday. So today I'm just going to quickly show you around the steps and how to access some of the resources, and then it's going to be up to you to explore the site. But I do want to stress that you're never on your own, and your energy advisor is always with you at every step of the process. So let's just take step 2 first. So why set up an energy team? So you can click on these. And again, there's a little bit of content here, why it's a good idea. It's definitely one of the best things to get a campaign going in your building, and very useful to have a team of comrades around you to help with all of the work involved in it. Okay. So if we can navigate then using these arrows here as well. So if I just click on this one on the right, that will take me to the next page. Okay, which is again step 2, recruiting your energy team. So in here there are a number of resources that can help you with that process, and we have the downloads associated with that. So there's a few posters and things like that to help you to recruit your energy team, and there's some draft emails that you maybe want to send out or maybe send to management. There's also some role profiles, different useful things in terms of recruiting your energy team. If I click here on the right again, it'll take me to the next page. So holding a kickoff meeting, so getting everything going. We have an example agenda there, and of course again your energy advisor will be with you throughout that. And the final bit of the step 2 is introducing the team. So again, there's some posters and draft emails. Once you have your energy team or your green team all set up, then you can let everybody know in the building who they are, and that really helps with the process of getting the ball rolling on it. Okay. So that's step 2. Let's go back up to the top level, to the energy portal, and we'll navigate this time with the menu, and we'll go into step 4, developing an action plan. So in terms of developing an action plan, there's a variety of useful links here, which are within this step 4 section. And there's a lot of different things that go into developing an action plan, not least out of hours audit, a full energy audit of your building, building management system audits, all of those kind of help you develop your register of opportunities. Let's just click on here now. So we have some downloadable documents in here that all build into that, which you may be developing an action plan. So that's your action plan template. We have a staff engagement campaign planner, which links back to the resources on the website. Again, the wall planner, which can help you to plan out your different activities throughout the year. And then we have an example of a campaign plan. In this case, it's a lights out campaign plan. So have a look at those, and hopefully you'll find them useful. So that's step 4. If we go back up to the top level of the energy portal again, and this time we'll go in through the drop-down menus. So we'll go to our key energy messages. So why run a key energy messages campaign? So again, there's a little bit of content about why that's a good idea and what we're trying to achieve from that. And then we have the different sections within step 6. So we've already looked at the poster campaign, so I'll not go into that too much more. But again, there's a variety of different posters and templates that you can use in there. The next section then, just say a little bit about that. That's the email messages. So we regularly send out emails to you as a member of the energy team. If you're not on that, there is a way where you can sign up here. So there's a little sign up form here. Click on that and it'll bring you to a page and get registered on that distribution list. So there are two main types of emails that we send out. There's one which is intended to be forwarded on to your colleagues in your building, and really it's meant as an easy way for you to start engaging on energy issues with the staff in your building. And the second type then, which I hope you've seen, are the Optimising Power Energy Team messages, and they go out and they're just our way of communicating with you about different things that are going on. So that's the email messages. The switch off stickers are next then. So again, all of these kind of step 6 are kind of like the basic things that you'd be doing in your building if you're engaged in the campaign. So we have our switch off stickers, which as our traffic light system code, and this gives people the permission to switch things off. And the red one, of course, is please don't switch off. So again, there's examples of these on the website, but if you want to get a set of these, a resource for your building, then you just let your energy officer know, and they'll be able to provide those to you. And then the last one in step 6 is the energy notice board. Again, a great idea to have a dedicated space in your building where you put notices up about energy. And there's a whole pile of different things in here which you can use. Everything from leaflets. There's lots of different leaflets here on saving energy at work, renewable energy, all these different bits and pieces that you can download and use on an energy board. Click on. Then the next section then is step 7, and that is hosting staff energy awareness events. And there is a whole plethora of different types of events that you can actually run in your building. Okay, and it's a growing list as well. So I'll just go into a few examples of these. And show you the resources that you can tap into. So for example, a step up day. So a step up day is a nice, easy energy awareness day to run. So you're stepping up to take action on climate change. And there's a fact sheet here that you can download to help you to organize your step up day. There's a little draft email in terms of some fun facts for your step up day. There's a leaflet dedicated to it. There are some example communications in there, and there's a poster which you can put your own date, etc. on it. We also have golden envelope notes. So what we do in the step up day is quite often that we leave these golden envelopes on the stairs, and anybody who finds those on the stairs then can bring it down to the stand and claim a prize. So we have the note that goes inside it, and we also then have the labels that go on the front of it. That's your golden envelope labels there. So hopefully all the different resources that you'll need to actually get your day up and going. But in addition to that, your energy advisor will also bring along pull-up stands and posters and displays to add to the event. So that's our step up day. If we just navigate back to the home page again. And then we'll take another section in step 7. Let's have a look at it. I think there's lots of different examples here. So campaign launch, energy awareness day, generic energy awareness, switch off days. There's lots of different staff presentations and workshops, clever climate actions workshops, which gets engagement from the staff on site. There's staff surveys, which are a good idea, woolly jumper days, bright ideas days, competitions, energy pledge, green hero check. Again, another one really well worth doing on a regular basis is a green hero check, and it's kind of like an out of hours check that you can conduct yourselves. Go green events, water-wise event, holiday power down, lots of different things there, including spot the dot is the next one I'll show you. It's a recent one. So again here, the idea behind this is that TRVs, which are thermostatic radiator valves, these are quite often something which staff don't quite know how to use effectively. So by a little bit of an education process, this can be a very effective way of improving staff comfort levels and improving energy efficiency at the same time. So we've run these in a few different places, and we've got some resources associated with that, not least of which is our presentation. So it's a very quick 10-minute presentation with an extra 5 minutes of questions at the end. And the way we like to run this is kind of like a tea time talk. So invite people down, have maybe some coffee and biscuits and stuff like that, and get people involved in that way. We've also got a poster that goes along with it, and then we've got what we run at the same time quite often is a heat mapping exercise. So there's temperature record sheets associated with that. So there's resources there that you need to run a Spot the Dot campaign. Just now get back to it again. And we'll jump down to another page. So finish off with step 7 just by saying spot the dot there. The big switch off, which is a competition that we run with a number of different sites to maximize energy savings. So it's a behavioural change campaign, but set up as a competition. And then of course your own energy event. So if you have an idea yourself that you want to generate and think that would work particularly well in your building, then we're here to help you to develop that. And the last step then is step 8, and a really important step is about letting everybody know how well you're doing. And there's a variety of different ways of doing that, you know, and it explains a little bit about why that is and so important in terms of maintaining engagement with staff and management. I'll show you a couple of things in here. One is the energy awards, and these run every sort of 18 months to 2 years, and they're a really great way of highlighting to everybody in the building and to management in particular how well you're doing on your energy performance there. And to get nominated and shortlisted for this is a real achievement. And the last one I want to show you is your progress awards. We need to be celebrating all of our little tiny achievements as well, and we use our progress awards to celebrate when you reach a 10% energy saving, a 20% energy saving, and our 2020 target of 33% as well. So there are certificates, and you know, creating a bit of an event around that is a really good way of pushing your energy efficiency campaign forward a bit. So that's pretty much your quick drive through the Optimising Artwork energy portal. It's kind of over to you now to visit it and check back regularly on the new things that actually develop in it, and to navigate around it and to figure out where everything is. But again, as I said, we're here to help with that. Just for fun, I have set up a little treasure hunt, and I'll be sending out a link to that whenever we're sending out our feedback forms as well. And the idea of that is that there's a few questions, and you can, once you've logged into the energy portal, you can navigate around it and track down the answers to the questions. And Paul has very kindly organised a prize associated with that, so fill in your details on that, and we'll enter you into the prize draw. So happy hunting on that. And now I think I can hand back to Paul to see if there's been any questions.
Very good. Well, thanks very much, Anita, for that quick drive through the information portal there for the Optimising Power at Work programme. I think everyone will agree there's a huge amount of content there, so can't really dip into everything in this brief sort of presentation, but we'd encourage you to get involved, get logged in, get a login if you don't currently have one, and explore the site. There's a lot of resources there that can really ignite your campaigns and help you keep engaged with the energy teams and staff complements in your buildings. So thanks again, Anita. The treasure hunt is a carrot to get you to log in and explore the site. So that's a bit of fun. And I think Anita has some decent questions there for you to